20 years old. I'm a scholarship beneficiary of Invisible Children in Uganda. I'm doing arts in economics in Chambo College, and that's one of the college in Uganda. Just took a semester off from my college to come and advocate and create awareness about the rebel leader Joseph Kony and his atrocities that he has done in northern Uganda and is still doing in Congo and Central African Republic. And members, this is my first time to be in the United States, and I love your country so, so much. I've been here for 1 month and some good days, but I've been to a lot of fun places. I'm really enjoying your country. I've been to a place where you call a place where a dream comes true. Yeah, that's Disneyland, of course. And I have one more thing again. I want to take Disneyland to my country, Uganda. How do you feel about it? I want to carry Disneyland from here and take it up to my country, Uganda. Just like shifting Disneyland from here to my country. Okay. Okay. I am here and I'm so proud. I want to thank all of you for being here, and really evening hours. I know how hard it is like to forgo time in the evening to come and watch the movie and hear my story. I want to appreciate you so much for that one. I'm seeing grandparents here which are really aging, but they spare their time to come and watch the movie and hear my story. I really thank you for that one so, so much. But I want to, in a special manner, thank Mrs. Jenny for bringing us here, because all along, just been working around the clock to ensure that this presentation goes on, and today is happening. Thank you so much. So, yeah. So, I want to take you back to the movie. That's what really happened in northern Uganda by then, under Joseph Kony, the LRA leader. Me, I lived through this war. I was born in 1992, but the war started in 1986. So I was born when the war is prevailing, and I went through it. I know how hard it is to live under Joseph Kony, the rebel leader. You cannot imagine, those days, people were forced to leave their original homes. They were forced to come and live in displaced camps where life is really so, so horrible. The young boys were made to move long distance from their home, like 7 to 8 miles from their home, to come and sleep on the verandas in town areas, to come and sleep in the hospital areas, because the hospital are normally safeguarded by the government military. And normally when this rebel leader, Joseph Kony, abducted a child, that child is taken to the jungle, and while in the jungle, those children are forced to do a lot of horrible things. Like the children are forced to be child soldiers, the children are forced to be child mothers, and they were the one mutilating people's body parts like the ears, the nose, the mouth, and all that. And all those things were done by these young people. But to me, it was a different story by then. I myself, I wasn't going to school because my school was closed, and even parents themselves feared to send their children to school because at any moment, the LRA might attack a school and end up abducting the old children. Because the attack by then was so frequent, and it was safe for the parents to keep their children at home than risking them, taking them to school and ending up being arrested. And this really became so worse to me when my grandfather and one of my aunt was killed. They went digging in the garden in the morning, and they were attacked by these rebel groups, and they were all beaten to death. And by then, it was my grandfather paying my school fees at school, so I had to look for scholarship. But I was so lucky that Invisible Children came to my rescue. They put me under their scholarship, and they paid my tuition fee from high school up to college level. And when they advertised for bringing people, Ugandan advocates to America to come and talk on behalf of their community about the LRA leader, Joseph Kony, I was really so much willing to do that. And they brought me here. They paid for my flight coming here to advocate, and they're paying for my flight going back to Uganda in May. And after going back to Uganda, they'll pay my school fees as well. And that's really so, so great of Invisible Children. And most importantly, Joseph Kony, the rebel leader, is not operating in northern Uganda by now, but is still terrorizing people in the neighboring country of Congo and Central African Republic. And all those people are going through the same thing that people in northern Uganda went through: the abduction, the killing of people, and all that. And me, I lived through it. I know how hard it is to live under this rebel leader, Joseph Kony. And I believe that Joseph Kony's war will end someday, but this war has been there for 26 years now. People have been watching, and I think it's now the right time for us to take action. So we stop this mindless killing of people in Congo and Central African Republic. We can protect creation, and always Desperate time demand for desperate action. So it's time for action. We stop this leader, Joseph Kony, to bring justice and peace for the people who are in Congo and Central African Republic. And this is really so easy. And if you go online on kony2012.com, we'll get pledges there, and you sign those pledges. And those pledges are really so important to us invisible children, because it allows you policymakers that you're part of the movement of invisible children, and you want the mindless killing of people in Congo and Central African Republic to end this year. And this is how you will help invisible children bring this rebel leader, Joseph Kony, to justice. And I want to end by appreciating you once again for being here, appreciating Mrs. Jenny for working hard for bringing us here. And as you go back home, safe journey and have a blessed night. God bless you all. Thank you so much. So I know I've done a lot of information to you guys, and I have a very thick accent, and some of you have not picked me well, I know that, but it's not the right time for you to ask questions about my life in the US. It's my first time in your country, United States, and I can't ask anything, what I hear, those kind of things, and ask about invisible children as well. So